Hello people, today I will be teaching you how to play Forsaken, all the survivors and killers. This is as of the Slasher update. So let's get started. Let's start off with Shedletsky. Shedletsky is a mix of Sentinel and Independent. Shedletsky can use his fried chicken to heal himself by 40 HP. It also has a cooldown of 70 seconds and can only be used twice in a match. On the more Sentinel side, Shedletsky can use his slash ability to deal 30 damage to the killer and stun them for 3 seconds. It also has a cooldown of 40. Next on the list is Noob, and Noob is completely independent. Noob cannot help anyone at all, nor stun the killer. Slate Skin Potion, which is one of his abilities, can give him plus 80 extra health for about 5 seconds. If Noob is attacked while using the Slate Skin Potion, he will be granted with Speed 2 for 2 seconds. Bloxy Cola grants Noob 10 seconds of Speed 1, which can definitely help him escape from the killer. Ghostpoker is Noob's final ability, and it gives him Undetectable 1 for 10 seconds and Invisibility for also 10 seconds. Next up is Elliot. He's a support character who normally gets targeted first by the killer. One of Elliot's abilities, his main ability, is Throw Pizza, that throws a pizza. It has a cooldown of 45 seconds. When anyone touches the pizza, they start getting healed 35 health, or maybe it's 30, I don't know. This also gives a charge to his other ability, Rush Hour, which grants 3 seconds of Speed 3 to him. It also has a cooldown of 40. Elliot can only have 1 charge of Rush Hour at a time, and he cannot eat his own pizzas. Builderman is a support character that has 2 abilities. One is Sentry, which has a cooldown of 45 seconds. Any killer within the red radius will take 2 seconds of slowness to per bullet they take. Allow this clip to demonstrate. Oh, and I forgot to say, the turrets can also be destroyed by the killer. His second ability is a Dispenser, which also has a cooldown of 45 seconds, and it heals survivors. For specific details, it heals them 1 health per second. 007 is easy to learn and really hard to master. He is also an independent character, so, he just kind of relies on himself and doesn't help anyone else. He has 2 main abilities. The first one is a clone, which just sends out a clone and it can distract the killer and make the killer think that 007, the clone is 007. His second main ability is Cool GY, which takes him 6 seconds to start, and when it finishes, it takes him directly to the furthest spawn from his current location. His third ability is Inject, which all it does is just change the way the clone behaves. One follows your cursor, one just runs around aimlessly, and the other goes directly to the nearest spawn. Our first killer on the list is Slasher, which used to be called Jason, but now it's called Slasher because they don't want Friday the 13th suing them. The most basic ability is Slash, which just is like 20 damage and has a cooldown of 1 second. It's just the main attack. The next one is Behead, which deals deals 20 damage, but it also does some bleeding damage, so like 30. You also gain some slowness if you miss it, so just please try not to miss it, okay? The next one is Gashing Wound, which does 50 damage, which is pretty hefty. That's kind of all I have to say about it. The last one is Raging Pace, which lets you see the nearest survivor to you. It also makes you do a bit more damage. I don't know exactly how much, but I know it makes you do more damage. So, 2-time, his first ability is Ritual, which is, it controls where he spawns on his second life if he obtains it. We'll get to that in a minute. His main ability is stabbing the killer with his dagger, which, it doesn't do that much damage, but it can stun the killer a little bit if you get a backstab, and if you use it enough on the killer, you can obtain your second life. His third ability is his crouch, which I didn't get any footage of, but it makes it way harder to see him, because he can duck down behind things, and it makes him way harder to see from far away, because it makes him partially invisible. Our next killer is Cruel Kid, who doesn't have the greatest abilities, but he is the fastest killer in the game. One of his abilities is Pizza Delivery, which just summons 2 Pizza Delivery minions that, they just go to survivors and make them, visible to you and stuff. They also hurt them. His second ability is Corrupt Nature, which makes him able to see survivors that get hit with it. It also deals 15 damage and makes survivors hit with it slower. His main attack, Punch, also deals 26.5 damage, which is quite hefty. His final ability is Walk Speed Override, which deals 30 damage, which is quite hefty. But also, if you miss it, then you are absolutely cooked, because it sends you flying away from the survivor and you can't stop it. The next survivor on our list is Guest 1337 from The Last Guest. His first ability is Charge, which deals 20 damage, and it just pushes the killer away from survivors a bit. Please do not push them into survivors, as I don't think that's helping anyone except for the killer. His other ability is Block, which just blocks the killer's attack and gives you a charge for an ability called Punch. If you use Punch right after you use Block, it will be a parry and deal 35 damage and push the killer pretty far away from you and stun the killer. However, if you wait 2 seconds to punch, it will do 20 damage, only puts the killer away a little bit, and it won't stun the killer for as long. The next survivor is Taff, which only has 2 abilities. Her first ability is Subspace Trip Mine, which explodes when the killer is near it, and gives them a subspaced effect. It also makes them not able to use their abilities for a little while. Her second ability is Tripwire, which just places a tripwire on the ground. If the killer comes in contact with the tripwire, they will be able to be seen on the map for 4 to 5 seconds. They will also get slowness 2 for a little while. They can also be broken by the killer very easily though, so be careful, I guess. The next killer is John Doe, who has 4 abilities. Before we get into the abilities, he leaves a trail behind him. Not too long, but pretty dang long. And if a survivor steps into it or through it, they will be given the Corrupt effect for a little while. His ability, Corrupt Energy, just shoots out some spike things that survivors can't cross, except for 2-time, because I don't know, 2-time just has a weird glitch that lets him go over them. It also does 12 damage to a survivor for every spike that hits them. His next ability is Digital Footprint, which places a little trap thing on the ground, I don't know. But when a survivor steps into it, they gain they gain slowness 1 for 10 seconds, and you gain speed 1 for 10 seconds. They also get corrupt for a little bit. Anyways, his main attack does 28 damage, which is quite hefty. His last ability is 404 arrow. That just lets him see where survivors are. That's it. It does nothing else. Our last survivor is Chance, a man with a severe gambling addiction. His coin flip ability is gambling. If it lands on tails, he gets weakness for 15 seconds. Also, this stacks. But if it lands on heads, then he gets a charge. These can stack up to 3. Reroll just, it just randomizes his health. His second ability is One Shot, which gives him a gun. And this has a chance to explode and deal 35 damage to him. It can also, stun the killer and do 50 damage to him. But, you can also have the gun explode and kill you. Hotfix isn't really important, but it just gets rid of your charges. But it also gets rid of your weakness. It also gives you your gun back in case that explodes, because Hotfix is the only way to get your gun back if it explodes. The second to last killer we'll be talking about is 1x1. X1. A lot of ones in there. His main attack does 20 damage. His first ability is Rejuvenate the Rotten, which he gets when he kills a survivor. Not too much to say about it. It's kind of like Cool Kids Pizza delivery minions, except they just don't really attack people unless they get near them. His second ability is Entanglement, which does 10 damage. It just freezes someone in place for a little bit. His second ability is Mass Infection, which it has a cooldown of 12. It just shoots out this big thing that does 30 damage. But you can dodge it pretty easily, since it's a bit slow. His last ability is Unstable Eye, which gives him blindness 3 for 5 seconds, speed 1 for also 5 seconds, and it makes him able to see other survivors. The last killer on our list is Noli. What does that spell? Cheesecake! No, it doesn't. His main attack stab does 25 damage, which is quite hefty. His second ability is Void Rush, which does 10 damage on hitting someone once, but it does 57 damage as a max for just one person, which is quite hefty. His second ability is Observant, which allows him to teleport to any generator on the map. It also lets him see all the survivors. Also, when Noli spawns on the map, or whenever Noli's the killer, there will always be one fake generator that is a Noli gen. And Noli gens, when you complete them, or just complete one puzzle of them, it gives you hallucination effect, which just makes you think that there's a Noli trying to kill you, but it's not actually real. Or maybe it is. You'll never know. Also, when using Void Rush, a tip, always sneak up on the survivor because it'll instantly slam them if they are not running. His last ability is Nova, which has a cooldown of 12, which is quite low. And it does 15 damage and pulls any survivor hit within its radius towards where the Nova was.